Hello everyone, I'm James Merrill of the Popcorn Ready podcast, and today's movie review will be of Nightmare Alley. This film is a 15 lasting around about 2.5 hours long. The film's four main stars feature Bradley Cooper, Cate Blanchett, Rooney Mara and Toni Collette. Bradley Cooper is Stanton Carlyle and is the film's main character, and it follows him as a troubled man constantly looking to the future with a blind ambition to be successful and have a lot of money. He discovers a way of doing this by being a mentalist when he trains and learns under a group of people at his local carnival and circus, and the story really develops and unfolds from there. I really want to give props to Del Toro, the director. He does a superb job in this film, and I also really like the cinematography and the lighting used in many of the scenes. It just screams big budget Hollywood movie, and it is epitomised in the opening 30 to 40 seconds with Stanton, aka Bradley Cooper, travelling on the bus to a new destination with the light shining through the windows, going above his cap, not quite highlighting his face, but really setting a tone for the film in 1940s America. The storyline was quite good, although some may say it was a bit slow after sort of the 30-40 minute mark, but by sort of the 3/4 period the film really does pick up a pace and starts unfolding. The script is half decent, but then again this cast of stars could pull off almost anything. I do want to say though, outside of the main cast, William Dafoe plays a really good role in the film. I almost wanted him to be in it a little bit more. There was just something the way he portrayed his character Clem, which just kind of stuck with you on the screen. Another character you'd expect to have a bigger role in the movie is Ron Perlman as Bruno. It's a shame his screen time is pretty limited. Personally, I would call this film a suspense drama, and I think it does pretty well at that. But I suppose crime drama thriller does tick a lot of the boxes on Nightmare Alley. On a base level, what I really love about Nightmare Alley is Stanton Carlyle's quest for money, fame, wealth, and just the blind ambition that comes with it. You really do feel he'll stop at almost nothing to achieve what he wants. And you can also see him slowly unravel and get deeper and deeper into the situation that's building in the film, as he starts to ignore all warning signals in front of him. I think the costume and set designer did really well on Nightmare Alley. It really does transport you back to 1940s America, and it's pretty realistic. Now, is there anything I'd change on this movie? I like quite a few of the aspects of it, but for me, Cate Blanchett does well as Dr. Ritter, but one scene I definitely would change would be the scene with Stanton meeting her at her office, talking business, basically. And it's a pretty pivotal scene, and it is good in what it does for the film, but I just would have done it differently. It's pretty obvious he should be very wary and untrusting of her, so I would have liked the recording device to be more of a big reveal nearer the end. And lastly, from the sort of halfway mark, the plot does get a little bit linear in storyline. You can kind of sense and feel what's going to happen eventually by the ending. And saying that, me and my friend, we did think that if they would have kept it in the carnival and just had him wanting to work his way up through the different roles and ranks in the carnival to eventually lead or own it, so to speak, treading over all who stood in his path type of thing, would have been really interesting. Instead, they did the more predictable route and sort of went with the big city living skyscrapers and whatnot, and had him working high class clientele at hotels and other venues as the Derren Brown of his time. Still, I think this movie offers quite a lot to the audience, and I think it's kind of like a film buff's film. I think the real film nerds will appreciate it. So, on to my ratings, people. Is it sweet or is it salty? Well, I'm giving this one a Popcorn Ready Podcast score of 7 out of 10. Thank you all for listening. Please remember to subscribe to the channel and follow us on Twitter, Q4_popcorn. Thank you.